trying to go with off of just kind of what Jeff was talking about with the running game. How do you guys feel like the offensive line has improved? I know you mentioned after spring that you all wanted to get more. You got more bodies. How has the line improved enough to allow you to kind of use that running game?
Yeah, we definitely feeling good about our offensive line right now. I think we got a lot of good pieces in the offseason, coupled with some guys that have been here, that have played a lot of football. So we have a lot of experience up front, a lot of guys that we can rotate in there as well. We feel good about our depth at that position. So that's definitely something we're going to have to utilize is the run game. And those guys have shown a good job of blocking up the run game. And we definitely have some running backs that we feel confident in handing the ball to.
Given the lifelong lessons and teachings your father Oscar has given you and your brothers, how do you incorporate that in your teachings and coaching?
Obviously, my dad was obviously the first coach that we all had. He coached us growing up in basically all sports. So he was a big influence on us, not only playing sports, but then helping us achieve a lot of the things that we did throughout sports. So you take what you've learned as a child, coupled with the things you learn along the way from other coaches, and use all that when you're trying to formulate how you want to coach up your guys. So that's the first impact that probably we all had was our dad coaching us up.
Yeah, Brian, when you guys do the game plan, do you formulate it with Jeff, or he signs off on what you do, and then as the game unfolds, are you calling plays and he says yes, no, and vetoes it, or how does it work?
Yeah, so we as an entire offensive staff, we sit together and we start to formulate the game plan. Jeff, obviously, he's the head coach. He has a lot of different responsibilities, but he's in there as much as he can be with us, formulating that game plan and putting all the scripts together. And he's as involved as he can be. There's times where he might step out and he go sit with the defense, or he might step out and go with the special teams coach, or he might have to go do media. Whenever he does that, then I'll take over the room and we'll get the work done that needs to be done and kind of fill him in when he pops back in the room. But on game day, Jeff is calling the plays. I'll be in his ear giving him suggestions and taking him through a lot of the scenarios or what I think might be good in certain situations. But he's the one that is calling it on game day. Yeah, I think Jack has a really good rapport with the offense and with the team in general. I think it helped when he got here that he was basically the only one that knew the offense, so he was able to have a lot of player meetings without coaches in there, and he was the guy kind of up front leading the charge and teaching those guys kind of what we were looking for and what we were trying to do. And that's carried over here into fall camp where he's almost like another coach on the field for us. He knows the offense so well. He's been involved with our offense for a long time, and he's able to correct guys if they have made some mistakes on the field. And I like to let him do that. I think that shows leadership, and guys respect that when he can step in and give them the correct information and kind of coach them up. You want that from your quarterback, and he's able to do that.
How's Jack different from when you guys had him at Purdue? As a player or just as a person?
He's just older, more mature. He's been through a lot more. He was always very intelligent, very smart, understood the offense. Well, he's probably the fastest freshman I ever had at picking up the offense. He was really good right away. But he's just been through a lot more situations. He's seen a lot more. He's able to calm his emotions a little bit more than when he was younger. He can see it from different perspectives. So I think he's just more mature. That's what you get with the young adult from 18 to 22. They mature a lot in those years.
Brian, when it comes to your wide receivers, I think one of the things that Jeff has said is when they feel like they have a grasp of the play or the offense, they're playing fast, they're making plays. But when they're not, there's some struggles there. Where are they at right now? Do you guys feel like they've got a good
Yeah,
handle?
I mean that's everybody. That's everybody. If you know what you're doing and you're confident about it, you're going to attack it with more veracity and more velocity. If you're unsure, you're going to have that little hesitation step. So, yeah, that's what spring ball, the off season with fall camp. That's been about getting them indoctrinated in the offense so that they feel that comfort level when the play's called that they can go full speed. Have no second guessing, and they've done a good job of really picking it up. And now it's time you try to trim it down, kind of get them to focus on, hey, this is what we're going to be specifically doing this week, as opposed to kind of fall camp and summertime was, hey, this is the whole playbook. We're going to call whatever. You need to know it. So now they can hone in a little bit more on exactly what the game plan is going to look like.
Brian, how much different is it going into game one here at the alma mater? Is it different? Is there any kind of difference in emotions?
It hasn't felt different so far. It's what we've been doing for a long time, getting ready for football games and training the off season and getting ready for the season. Now, once that kickoff of game one happens, I mean, it might feel a little bit different now that it's back at the alma mater, and we're always wanting to win badly, and you even want it that much more because of that situation. But it's felt like the normal off season. We're getting ready for football. Here we go. We're excited for game one. I think it's felt that way every year. Yeah, so he plays, he kind of plays the Z position, which David Bell was in, which Charlie Jones was in. He's in that type of role, that type of position right now.
Brian, I think you've always been in the booth. Is that correct? You've always been upstairs during
Yes,
game day,
except for the two that I called when.
right? Exactly.
in the booth.
Do you like that position, and kind of talk about what the interaction you and Jeff have during games on the headsets and your kind of being the view you have up there?
Yeah, definitely the eye in the sky. Everyone needs one of those, and I provide that for Jeff of being able to see things from up top. You get more of the full picture. You can see the full defensive outlay when you're on the field. Sometimes things can get a little bit more jumbled up because you're so close. But just being able to be up top, tell him exactly what is going on, where guys are playing on defense, what we can do to expose them, and really confirm or basically deny kind of what he thought he saw on the field as we go through it. And him having someone up there that he can trust is going to give him the correct information and good information, I think is very beneficial. So we have a lot of good discussion between series about what the defense is doing, what we need to be doing on offense, how we're going to attack them coming out, and that relationship has worked pretty well so far. All right, thank you.